You mentioned there about playing Australia in the group stages. That ended in defeat. Will that play on your mind? Have you learnt anything from that match?
Well, yeah, every loss, gives us an opportunity to reflect on what things that we can do better in the next game. And yeah, tomorrow's game, we do have things that we will definitely look into those aspects that we could not do well on that day. And also for the fact that tomorrow is that one game that we need to pull off to get into the finals. Uh, Obviously, Australia is a very good side. They're defending champions and a team that has been doing very well. To win against them requires us to give us more than that we have been playing so far. Even the game against New Zealand, the team has been absolutely spot on to the plans that we worked. But again, against Australia, it's important that we need to be the best that we can as players to perform. And because if you have to replace the number one side, you have to be more than them to be there.
If you look at your overall record against them, obviously it isn't good, but does that concern you coming into a game? You mentioned this is a one-off game, isn't it?
See, well, obviously, that definitely will not play on our mind because, again, having said, we did beat Australia in Australia, one-odd game again. So it could be that one-odd game tomorrow that we are looking at, yeah.
With your fifth visit to Derby, Australia yet to play here, you're undefeated here. Do you feel like you have a bit of a home ground advantage at this ground?
Well, I think probably, yeah, in some factors, yes, we know the wicket conditions and we know the outfield. But again, it's how the team responds to situation on that given day, and how the opposition will perform is also something that we would consider. Having home advantage is good, but again, it is a small factor playing against the best side.
Finally, the match with New Zealand was a must-win game for you to get to this stage. How much did your team take from that in terms of confidence? That I think you suggested after the Australia game that there was often the Indian side struggle in must-win matches.
Well, the team looks far confident today to what it was earlier in the nets today, because usually, as I've told earlier also, that the Indian team, especially when we start off well in the World Cups, after a couple of defeats, we normally don't tend to come back into the tournament again. But seeing the team respond to that challenge against New Zealand was heartwarming, and I'm sure the team will put better performance tomorrow. In fact, they should be able to do far better than what we did against New Zealand.
Have you identified any weaknesses in this Australian team that you might be able to target?
Do you want me to say that over in the press so that it goes to them? But but I think that's something that we would want to discuss with the team, within the team. But obviously, even the best sides will have some loopholes that we're planning to plug. Yeah.
Does it help coming into the game, playing against the tournament favourites, and you can take the underdog tag and play more freely?
Yeah, I can say that because this team now, our first aim was to play the semi-finals, and we've done well in the match that was very crucial for us. Playing Australia again, I would say this team is capable of putting up the best performance. It's just a matter of playing as a unit and not taking or not burdening yourself with the occasion. But if the girls play to their potential, there is a higher possibility of getting us into the finals.
Natalie, now that you're almost through the tournament, have you noticed a massive difference in the support from India, with so many games being televised and so much more publicity about it? Has that been something that's been very notable for you compared to previous tournaments?
Yes, because a lot of men cricketers now are more forthcoming in voicing the support to women's cricket, and it's just not for a couple of players, but for the entire team. And it really helps and motivates the other girls, the young girls who really look up to them as their role models. When you hear them talk and motivate and inspire these girls, it really helps the team, and they don't feel inferior anymore now, because these girls also know that they are on the same platform, on the same on par with the men cricketers now, because the whole world appreciates the brand of cricket that all the women's team has represented in this tournament.